Hello and welcome to FanPark Live. I'm Terry Fluids from the Football Terrace, joined by Adam from the 5th Official. Arsenal have just absolutely smashed it 3-1 against AC Milan. Everybody said at half-time it was never in doubt. There's a few little hairy moments when Milan went forward.
Yeah, there were a couple, but we were never really worried.
No, not at all. Arsenal, professional performance, another victory. And through to the next, is it quarterfinals next?
Yeah. Through
to the quarterfinals of a very, it's a difficult competition to win. But, you know, Arsenal's only hope now of a trophy this season. Are you hopeful that you can... Well, you're not in the FA Cup, are you?
No, we're not.
You're not in the League Cup's done.
Yeah.
You can't win the Premier League. That's your only hope, right?
Are we talking about Arsenal or Manchester United?
Oh, it's about Arsenal.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Yeah, yeah. Sorry.
It's about Arsenal.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you look at this tournament now. AC Milan have gone out. You've got over that hurdle.
Yeah.
Do you think you've got the ability to go... Do you honestly feel like you could go on and win this?
We have to be at our best, and I said this from last week as well. We have to be at our absolute best to beat Atletico Madrid. I think they're the ones to watch. Dortmund, I reckon we can overpower because they've lost, Lewandowski of previous seasons. Dembele's gone as well. I think we've got too much for them. Atletico Madrid are the team to beat. But if we play like we did today and better...
It'd be quite good for Arsenal in the draw on Friday if you had like Atletico versus Dortmund, because then you know one of them
exactly has to go.
Then you know one of them is going to go, regardless of what's happening in terms of that. Who stood out for you today in terms of good performance?
I got a shout
and leave out your fanboy.
Who's that?
Granit Xhaka. This guy literally, when he scored, he was crying. Crying.
Let's not do that.
Crying. No, it's only Fools and Horses reference, but too young for that. This guy don't even know 3T are. Anyway, who stood out for you tonight as a good performer?
I have to say Ramsey and Wilshere, because they played together for the first time in God knows how long and played well together for the first time in so long. And I think this is... You remember when Wenger said something about this British core that had Jenkinson, Gibbs, Ramsey, and Wilshere in it? This is like the final fruit after so long.
Well, the rest of them are gone.
Exactly.
The rest of them, they weren't good enough for Arsenal.
Exactly. So these two have to fly the flag. Some people even say these two aren't good enough. But, yeah, I think them two did well.
We spoke about winning the tournament. As whether, you're Wenger out, I'm Wenger out, a lot of Arsenal fans are, but it would be nice for him to go out winning the Europa League,
yes, being
back in the Champions League.
Yes, it would.
It'd be a great way to send him off.
But he won't be sent off.
You think he'll stay?
He signed a 2-year contract. We all know how deeply ingrained his influence is at the club. There is no way after doing this, getting Arsenal back into the Champions League, so he can prove and be like, guys, I told you I could do it. He's not leaving after that. No way. No way.
Danny Welbeck tonight.
Yes.
2 goals for man like Welbs. Yes, look, he died for the penalty. We know that. We spoke about it at half-time. Right. But he needs more games like tonight, doesn't he?
He does.
Where he steps up and gets those goals. Because he has everything but goals, that boy. It's a general rule. And if he can add goals to his game, he's a sensational talent. But he just doesn't do it enough. No. And were you impressed with him and his overall display tonight?
Yeah, he definitely doesn't score enough. And I think one of the things about... he's like a bit of a non-entity at Arsenal. Like he's good, and we use him for specific games because we know that he'll do running. He can play on the wing, so he's versatile as well. But you just want to see... He's a likable guy, so you want to see him do well, and you want the best for him. But it's just
dog work.
It's just tough, man. It's just tough. Yes. Okay. So that's it. I will follow him.
Okay, cool. I got given a note saying I will follow you, and I'll be honest with you, I had absolutely no idea why I will follow you. What, home, into my bed, into the toilet? I'm like, this is crazy. No, okay, follow my lead. So we're going to get the One Football app up right now. Why are you standing there? No. But listen, if you haven't done so already, you can call us tonight on 0203 606 0315. I can take these out because they're not working. 0315. We want to hear your calls on the display tonight from Arsenal, and we'll take other Arsenal-related questions as well. AC Milan fans, more than welcome to give us a buzz as well. But remember to download the One Football app. Very important to us here on the show. It helps keep us going. It's a free app that you can get, you know, stats, statistics. Stats and statistics are the same thing.
Yeah,
they are the same thing. If you get both of them, then definitely that is definitely the truth. And then on top of that, download the Ultimate Football Fan application. I'm going to get it put up on the screen right now. If you haven't done so already, this is our app, the UFF app. Yes, you can see that there's some videos on there that you'll see on YouTube. That's the case. Somebody, I've seen that one on YouTube. It's fine. However, there's a little feature on here. I'm going to click on it now. It says exclusive. When I click on this little button here, and it opens up all types of things. These are all exclusive videos. Oh, and I'm going to put this one here on. Look, this is the corporatisation of West Ham United, you see. We press this on. That's me! You see me there? I've lost a lot of weight since then. So there's lots of exclusive footage on there, lots of shows. There's a cookery show. There's all types of things on there that you can have and download. But you can only have that on the app. So make sure you go and get that little thing downloaded, you lovely little people. Should we take some calls?
Let's do that, man.
Whenever Ross is ready with his calls, he's running around like crazy at the moment. We'll do stats. We've been told we're doing stats. He told me he'd follow me. I'll give him one bit of direction and he sends me off in the other way, doesn't he? It's not on. It's not on. I'm getting pulled and prodded around.
Prima donna.
Actually, I've always been asking to have puppies in the studio. Today I got a puppy. A puppy turned up in the studio today. It's a gorgeous little Italian greyhound.
Are we getting her on camera? Or?
No,
no, that's not it. I'm joking.
They say don't work with animals and children. We've already got Ross here. We don't need anything else.
Whee!
I'm getting sacked in the morning.
I think we've had too much sugar.
Too much sugar. Right, we're going to get the stats up. Are they up? Yep. Oh, they're there. Oh, yep. Sorry, Javon. Javon is not happy with us. Right, let's look at some of these the statistical breakdown. So what we're looking at, 57% of the ball with Arsenal. Fairly predictable. They won the majority of duels. But let's look at... I mean, that's the one thing that stands out. You had 17 attempts on goal, 9 on target. That's a really good ratio.
It's very good.
AC Milan, though, 14 attempts, only 3 on target. And they had 2 or 3 opportunities in that second half, didn't they? That great cross from Bonucci, a weak header on target. Suso had 2 or 3 opportunities from fairly close range, just wide of the post. And you know, when you're playing Arsenal or any big team in these European games, they're the moments you have to take. And if you surrender those opportunities,
you just call us a big team. I like that.
But look, Arsenal are a big team.
I love that.
You are a big team.
Of course we are. It's nice to hear some.
You are a big team. I mean, you're the 6th biggest team in England at the moment.
Relax.
But that's still big.
You ruined it. You ruined it.
I ruined it.
Carry on.
It's big, like your shirt, bruv.
Thank you.
Big.
Are we doing this again?
Yeah. We want to know as well what you think of his shirt. Let us know in the comments below. I don't have my laptop with the comments on it, but let us know. We want to know what you think of this mustard shirt.
It's beautiful.
And I'm saying mustard not because it's top, like a Cockney mustard thing.
It's mustard,
I'm talking mustard.
It's mustard.
Honestly, it is disgusting.
No, it's not, Terry. Because you asked
You look like an Uber driver.
Terry, shout out all the Uber drivers getting people from A to B in London.
My mate, Ben Belay, is an Uber driver. What's happening, Ben, if you're watching, bruv?
Wow.
You know, I didn't know he was an Uber driver, and one day he picked me up. I didn't tip him, and I gave him like a 1-star rating as well. I didn't know that was bad. I didn't know that got him in trouble.
Add Ben on.
I said he touched my leg.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I know.
Wow.
The women don't get any taxi no more.
Well, I wonder why.
It's a joke. I'm joking.
Okay, cool.
Ben Belaya, best Uber driver in the world. What's happening, bruv? Norluton boys. Sup.
What is this alter ego?
I don't know. This is me. This is me.
Goodness me. Zup,
I think I'm still drunk from Prague. I've been back like 5 days, and I still feel high as a kite.
Yeah.
No. Drunk.
Obviously, we don't condone. I can't even say that.
Yeah. Are we gonna take some calls?
Yeah, we are, but he's fine. He's fine.
Ross is struggling.
It doesn't.
He's struggling, right? But he's like a swan. He's like this from the top. He's like, no, I'm fine. But he's there. He's like, oh shit! I've got phone calls, computers. Beautiful young lady looking at me. That's what he's thinking. I know what you're doing. There he is.
What are you talking about?
We embarrass him. We just stare through the window.
Go on. Look at
Ross, come out to play.
Nah, he's handling it.
We've got a phone call. He's doing good. Hello, welcome to FanPark Live. What's your name?
Yeah, Scott.
Hello, Scott.
Hello, mate. Who just spoke?
What's going on? You good, yeah?
Good, bruv. Are you Arsenal boy?
Yeah, Arsenal always. Yeah.
Good. So what's
It's
your...
my third birthday. It's my first game.
Were you 1 year old on your first game?
No, the third game.
Oh,
Years old.
top boy. What was your thoughts on the performance today from Arsenal?
Yeah, I'm buzzing. Yeah, it's good to see a result like that for a change. Do you know what I mean? It's been downhill. Do you know what I mean? For the last, well, God knows how long. Do you know what I mean? So,
No, mate.
about time I that out of the bag.
Honestly, no. It's like I like it recently. Like when there's been a few good runs, hearing Arsenal fans happy. In terms of individual performers tonight, who stood out for you? Like Danny Welbeck, Xhaka, Jack. A lot of people are praising those guys. What's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, really. Yeah, Jack and Ramsey, really. Yeah.
You know, very, very good. And what's your sort of thoughts for the next round? Do you think Arsenal could go on to win this, or are you still fearful of the likes of Dortmund and Atletico?
I'm not too mad worried about Dortmund. It's just Atletico. We actually get to the final in the Atletico, isn't it? I think we will struggle, unfortunately. But all we can do is try it and wishful thinking and be hopeful, isn't it?
Yeah, you're right, man.
That's it.
You're right.
Mate, I appreciate you calling up. Thank you very, very much for your time. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, big fan, UFF. Yeah, thank
Cheers,
you,
mate. Thank you, brother.
Nice one. Cheers, boys. Nice one. Good night.
Cheers, mate. Good night. We're ready for more calls. You! It's
What do you mean? I didn't even do anything.
Yeah, you stop it.
Do you know what I mean? Nah, I like him though. He's good. And he likes UFF. That's the main thing.
Gone.
Where's this guy going? Where's this guy going? Hello, you're free to FanPark Live. What's your name? Hello? Hello? No?
My name's Josh.
Okay, Josh.
Hello, Josh. Where are you calling from? You got a delay?
No.
Oh, good. Who do you support, bruv?
Sauce.
Who?
Sauce.
What? Who do you support?
DVD covers. Wow.
What
Wow.
is going on?
Bruv.
Wow.
That's what your mum said. See you later. Next call, please. 0203 6.
No.
I mean, these trolls.
DVD covers. Wow. Wow. What the hell is that?
That's a boy. That is a little boy.
Okay.
Little boy. Next call, please. Anyway, swiftly moving on.
Who's your standout performer in the game today? Terry?
Danny Welbeck.
Really? Why?
Yeah, do you know what? I always love the energy he puts in, the enthusiasm he has on the football pitch. And tonight he delivered the end results. Does that make sense? Like, he's not going to improve much more. The man's 28 years old, but I like it when he does well, and he deserves credit tonight.
old?
Yeah, he's about 28 now, Danny Welbeck.
Hell.
Hello, welcome to FanPark Live. What is your name?
My name's Mo.
Hello, Mo. Just support, bruv.
Arsenal, of course.
Arsenal, of course. Happy with tonight's performance, were you?
Of course, because obviously we're through to the next round, so it's really a good performance, to be honest. I think everyone had a good performance. But I think Ospina.
Oh, what's wrong with Ospina?
He could have saved that.
No. That shot.
I hear what you're saying.
Nah, that shot was absolutely mustard. Just like your top. What... In terms of the tournament, the game tonight, good performances. We know Xhaka, Wilshere, these guys stood out. In terms of moving forward, how confident are you that Arsenal can go on to lift this trophy?
I'm very confident, but it just depends on discipline. That we know how Ramsey loves to bomb forward and whatnot. And honestly, everyone's been critical of Xhaka, of his just lack of positional awareness.
Yeah, he's not very good, Xhaka, is he?
Yeah, but I think I think under a better manager, he would be class.
Say it.
Yeah, but he's not very good.
No. Don't worry about Terry. Say what you have to say, bro. Say what you have to say.
Don't give in to peer pressure. Don't give in to peer pressure.
All jokes aside, yeah.
That's right.
When he plays his game, the problem with him is that he needs time on the ball, but you don't get that in Prem.
You don't.
So,
you know what I mean?
How's that gonna? Yeah.
Bruv, don't worry. You just say your piece. Carry on.
No, I'm just saying, Xhaka, he's good, but he just takes too much time on the ball.
Yeah.
You get what I mean?
So
That's
he
probably
ain't that good.
Right. Anyway, so next point.
So will you win the tournament?
To be honest, to get to the final, we need to play one of the big boys. So if we get one of the big boys next round, then we'll just see after there. To be be honest.
Do you think Wenger has the minerals, though? Do you think he has the minerals? Do you think he has the tactics to go out there against a big team, an equally big team as yourselves, and deliver?
Yeah, of course, because you got to
You say yeah, of course, but has he filled you with confidence of that this year when he's played Man United, when he's played City,
No, he hasn't,
Chelsea?
but
Exactly.
him,
But you think he'll turn up for Atletico?
We did beat Chelsea.
But see with him, yeah, once
but
you think he's
everyone has.
dead, he'll rise. That's the problem.
Sorry?
Once you think he's dead, once you think Wenger's dead, he will rise.
Like Jesus.
He will rise, you know. So
Wenger is Jesus.
something along them lines. But
No.
I think he can have a good run in this game. To be honest, it just depends on who he puts out and how he trains everyone else.
You know what? This guy should be a politician. He hasn't given one straight answer to any question, you know. You asked him who did you think he's going to win? He goes, you know, you have to play the big boys. You know what?
Yeah,
He must be Labour.
It's a fact.
No, you're right.
It's a
You're
fact.
right. I agree with you.
Giving
just
very
depends on how it
diplomatic,
itself.
very respectful answers. I like a caller like that because I'm like that. I don't ever really give frank opinions. I don't ever give sort of very polarized views. It's for me. I'm very open-minded. I'm not black and white, and I'm just like yourself. I think.
Obviously, there's some players in there that are not good. Bellerin, I think, I'm not gonna lie, for me he's not good enough. That's just my opinion.
Yes.
Nah, he's swag, mate. Swag, ain't he?
Listen, that guy there, I think Milan's better than him. That's my opinion.
My brother said the other day, he goes, yeah, that Bellerin. He goes, that Bellerin. He goes, he's dog, mate. He's dog. And I ain't had that one either.
Yeah, the guy worked. He's trash. That guy there is done. He's send us to Juventus.
And take off his
all that.
Anyway,
bruv, thank you very much for your call.
Yeah.
Thank you. Take
No
care.
worries, man.
Cheers. Nice call, that. So respect, just like me. Never challenges anyone. Doesn't say nothing horrible.
Leave it at.
When have I ever said anything detrimental?
I want a polarized caller. I want someone to get onto Terry about how bad Man United are. About anything you want.
Yes, I can. It's okay. That's like you want people to bully me.
I don't want people to bully you. I just want to talk about.
I can't take the abuse anymore.
You can.
The other day I got so much abuse. My battery went from 100% to 0 in an hour. My phone lit up that much with my Twitter feed after Man United got beat. But I laughed. I was sitting there. I did this little private members club in Moorgate, sitting there. My phone was like, and this woman says, "Your phone broken?" I said, "No, I'm just getting abuse from trolls." She didn't know what a troll was.
Do you love the way you just dropped that private members club in
Yeah, anyone wants to come, bell me, we'll go there, we'll have a little bit of lunch.
You're going to put your phone number on screen. Hello, you're free to FanPark Live. What's your name? Who?
Dan?
Yeah.
Hello, Dan.
Who do you support, Dan?
Arsenal, obviously.
Everyone says obviously,
because it's Arsenal, obviously.
No, it's not.
Obviously.
How do I know? Why is it obvious?
Obviously.
Why is it obvious?
Why are you?
Because Arsenal's the best team in the...
Hang on, no, people call up. Why would you obviously be an Arsenal fan?
Because I'm calling up Arsenal Fan TV.
Yes.
No, you're not. You're calling up UFF.
Whoa.
See?
Listen.
Listen.
Arsenal, obviously.
No, I'm joking. So, yeah, what was your thoughts on the game tonight, Mr. Dan, Arsenal fan? Obviously.
Obviously, good performance.
Obviously.
Good goal. I know Welbeck died for the penalty, but...
Obviously.
It's by the by. Doesn't even matter. That's so first half. Doesn't even matter, mate.
Yeah, I know. But the second half we turned it on, you know.
Damn right.
We really took Milan.
On like donkey. It was a good second half display. Did concede a few big openings to AC Milan. Is that still the biggest concern with its Arsenal side for you as a fan, Dan, in terms of that you do concede too many opportunities to your opponents, and could you come unstuck against a bigger and better side?
I definitely agree our defence is not the best because we leak way too many chances.
You're like a broken fridge. You leak everywhere.
Yes. Because we've seen against even Swansea and Man United and God knows who else this year.
Hang on. What do you mean
away the ball.
against Swansea and or Man United? We're better than Swansea.
Did you not see that check through ball that he tried to play against Swansea, which then led to them scoring?
Yeah, these things happen. If Wenger was to go on and win this trophy, would you be a Wenger in or a Wenger out?
I'm Wenger out anyway. I feel like we need something fresh.
No, I feel like that.
Surely you don't think he's going to actually leave if he wins, though?
I feel like he will leave, but I can't see him leaving.
He's going to make
signed
like a
a 2-year
tree.
contract. He signed a 2-year contract. The way he is, he's going to stay for that entire 2 years.
Yeah, stubborn winger. He ain't going nowhere.
He's going absolutely nowhere, in my opinion, though. I want him to leave, but he's not going anywhere.
Damn right.
Top man.
Thank you very much for your call,
Thank
bro.
you, Dan.
No problem, mate.
Arsenal, obviously.
Obviously a good call.
Obviously. We love that.
Obviously, give us a call on 0203 606 0315. Download the OneFootball app. And as importantly, UFF, the Ultimate Football Fan, our new launch of our app. It is free of charge. It costs you no money whatsoever. There's exclusive content on there. My face is there. His face is there. Sometimes Ross is on there. We're all on there. Give it a download because it's free. All in the description below.
Love that.
Thank you very much.
Ooh.
There's a call. Hello, welcome to FanPark Live. What's your name?
Hello, that's Josh.
Hello, Josh. Who do you support, mate?
Arsenal, obviously.
Yeah! Yeah!
I was waiting
I was
for it.
hoping. So, what's on your mind, bruv?
No, I just want to say, first of all, Danny Welbeck needs an Oscar. His performance was... to be fair, a lot of people were saying about his dive. To me, it looked more like he just fell over and the ref gave it, so...
Do you know
that's anyone.
Is it a dive? Did he trip? Did the wind blow strong?
No,
nobody knows. It's fine.
The strong wind in London. That's what
right, obviously.
Yeah. In terms of your other players on the pitch, who stood out for you tonight in an Arsenal shirt, mate?
I've got to say, I'm pleased Xhaka had another good game. You know, obviously he's up and down all the time, but I think he's done well today. Got to say Danny Welbeck for me. I think whenever he plays, he always puts his heart in. So I think for me, it could be Danny Welbeck. But a good team performance all round.
Yeah.
We're just looking because it sounds like something's about to collapse. If that TV falls off, I am going to cry with laughter.
Bro.
That don't sound good, does it?
No, you better run then if it falls on you.
That's all right. I don't care. Ain't my TV.
Just like a fire alarm.
Oh, that would be funny.
Anyway.
We've asked a few other fans this as well. How confident are you that Arsenal can go on to win this tournament?
Well, you know, Dortmund lost, didn't they? I think Dortmund are out now. I think they.
Are they?
Gang in.
Yeah, they're out. I'm pretty sure.
I didn't even know that.
Gang in.
I'm gonna
Alright.
get the one football app up and check them things.
It was 0-0, wasn't it? So they lost on aggregate, I think, or something like that.
That is beautiful.
Oh, that is great. All matches.
I think if we can avoid Atletico, you know, it's definitely. But I think with this, we need to. It's consistency. We need to keep this up.
I can't find the game. And now
Are you looking at it now?
No, I can't find it.
It doesn't matter. Anyway, we can check it after. Thank you very much, though.
No worries.
I'll check it later.
Thank you. Yeah.
I'm gonna die in a minute. My chest is gone.
Please don't do that.
Oh,
Relax.
what? Don't die. Yeah, I don't want to die.
There's no water.
I've got water. I'm just feeling a bit rough. Oh, I'm gonna pass out. No, his face. Going to just pass out on camera. Like, that'd be funny, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it makes for great TV.
Just pass out and die.
No. I'll give you. See what I mean?
So what? You work through this. You don't need a day off just because you got sniffles.
Bro.
What were we talking about?
We were talking about
Dortmund have gone out.
the fact that Dortmund are gone, which means one of Arsenal's main rivals.
And there's me and you earlier talking about Dortmund are going to be tough. Yeah, we should have done our research, shouldn't we?
Yeah, well, football's a funny old game.
It is.
You never know what's going to happen.
I know.
1 minute, you might think your favourites for a game at home, expected to go through to the next round, and then
Shut up, bruv.
the next you could see 2 goals in 2 minutes. Hello, you're free to FanPark Live. What's your name?
Brandon, I'm an Arsenal fan. I'm just calling every week now.
Oh, Brandon, you
What was that little giggle about, bruv? Someone tickling your balls? What's going on?
Yeah, no, good performance tonight, I thought.
It was, obviously. So, who do you think, Terry's been asking every caller, who was your standout performer?
I thought Danny Welbeck had a good game, you know.
Yeah, he did.
Apart from his diving, which he got from Man United, obviously, you know.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
His days at Manchester.
Yeah.
But just to cash in with the abuse towards Terry there, you're a Man United fan?
Yeah, I am.
Yeah. Well, I ain't going to take anything away from the Arsenal players today because we actually came to our ground and, made it for a tie, which Man United couldn't do. Oh.
Man United could not do it.
They,
How's that
they
make you
could
feel,
not do it.
Terry? Oh, Hellboy?
That's good. Well done. Excellent.
Nah, come on, more abuse.
Dead banter. Dead banter.
More abuse, more abuse.
Dead banter. Dead banter.
No, I'm not going to give out too much abuse because I know that Arsenal can turn it on one week and then turn it off again the next.
Yeah,
So.
next week, yeah, we need, yeah, exactly. The next time you get absolutely spanked, I'll just sit back and just...
You'd be phoning me instead, yeah.
Yeah, I might do. What show are you on? No, I'm joking. Listen, look, Man United got turned over. They were embarrassing, and you have to take that on the chin as a fan. And I don't get angry about it.
No, of course you can't.
Yeah, just stop talking about it then.
I think I've been watching a few of the previous Arsenal performances, you know, based on that game. Leaky everywhere.
Yeah, stop.
No intent, no nothing.
No nothing.
Yeah, everyone's got a shush now because you don't want to see me mad. I'm only messing. Mate, appreciate your call tonight. Thank you very, very much.
No problem.
Top man.
Wow.
Leave me alone.
Did I say anything?
I'm feeling poorly.
Did I say anything?
And he's bullying me.
Brandon called to talk to you about Man
I'm
United.
going to find my mum.
Yeah, you do that.
She's probably drunk somewhere, to be fair.
Okay.
Yeah. Family affairs coming out there.
Yeah,
I will follow you.
Yeah, football.
Oh, phone call.
Hello, you're free to FanPark Live. What is your name and who do you support?
Yeah, hello.
Hello.
Yeah, my name's Milan. You remember me?
Yeah, I think you had an argument with somebody.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, Arsenal support, man.
Yes.
I'm happy today.
Was it with Ty?
Yeah, with Ty.
Yeah. I remember you. How you feeling after the game?
Oh, hello.
Yeah. Today I'm feeling really good because in the beginning I thought like we would win, and today I prayed again that we would win, and because of our defense, you know, we can compete. So what's it called? In the end, actually, we win. I was actually scared. Because, you know, when Hakan, I can't pronounce his other name, but Cholologlu, whatever, when he scored, I was actually a bit, like, worried that they're going to come back. But then
I think, mate, honestly, I was sitting here praying for a comeback, I swear to God. Arsenal fans give me so much abuse in the last few days.
And yesterday when I was watching the Man United and Sphere game, I was praying for them to lose as well, and it worked. And that felt really good as well. So, and today we won, so that felt really good.
Have you got like a direct line to God?
He does. That's
maybe,
what prayer
I don't know. He listens to me sometimes. So, you know, if you just pray with your heart, he will listen to you, and you know the team will play good. And within Arsenal, there's like quite a lot of.
This man's like a prophet or something.
So.
Right, I'm gonna come see. I'm gonna come see you to get some lottery results or something. You can pray for me.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can. I might be a psychic. I don't know. So. Yeah, and I just want to say today we played good, but I'm still like scared, like because we might play.
If you're a psychic, what does my card say on it?
Your card? Oh, I don't know. I'll have to see you first, then I'll probably.
No, you can see me on the camera, bro. What does my card say?
No. I would need to like see you in person, because then I can read your mind. Then I can probably get it. So
you have to touch me.
Have to touch. Yeah, I might have to touch you. So yeah, if you're okay with that, then I'll be able to read your stuff.
Yes, you can touch me for a small fee. Good, mate. Thank you very much for your call, so I really do appreciate it. Strange call.
I mean, you didn't help it though, did you?
No, I like to play along a little bit.
Jeez.
I like a bit of role playing, if you know what I mean, mate. If you know what I mean. Give us a call on 0203 606 0315. Download the OneFootball app. Also, make sure you've got the Ultimate Football Fan app on your phone as well. If you want to see DT and Troops have a cook-off against each other, that's cooking stuff, food that you munch. It's funny. I watched it. Made me laugh.
Who would your money be on in that situation?
Who would be the better cook?
Yeah.
I'd go with Troops.
You reckon?
Yeah, I reckon Troops can cook. Well, because in my experience, shorter people make better cooks. They get closer to the hob. No, I don't know. I don't think he would. I said he's got. I don't know. I just reckon he can cook better food.
That's interesting. You would say that.
Why?
Well, I just wonder why.
Yeah.
Hello, if you're to FanPark Live, what's your name? Who do you support?
Yes, lads. My name's Charlie.
Hello, Charlie. Who do you support, mate?
I'm a Leicester fan.
Oh.
Obviously. That's why he was asking people.
No, not obviously.
Exactly.
Too many people say obvious when it's not obvious.
Exactly.
You ruined it. You should have just said obviously.
You know, what's 7,000 times 972? Well, it's obviously, I don't know the answer. Anyway, mate, what's on your mind this evening, sir?
Leicester.
Firstly, I just wanted to say I like what you lads are doing at USS.
Appreciate that, bro. Thank you.
I tried to get through so many times, but finally through.
We've got Ross on there tonight. Ross is the master on
He's
the
man.
phones.
Welcome.
Doesn't drop a ball ever.
Yeah, that's
He's like the
I
most
really want to
perfect
get
man
through.
for. If you want, listen, if you want to be his boyfriend, perfect guy.
All right, I'll bear that in mind, mate.
Just saying. No, not you. I was talking to the ladies out there that might like our Ross. Anyway, mate,
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
what's your thoughts on the game tonight?
Yeah, so I did watch it. You know, I was happy for Arsenal to go through. I always want the English teams to progress.
Love that.
I think it was a solid performance, obviously on the back of a lot of criticism I've had recently. And, you know, I hope they keep progressing through the round.
Absolutely. I mean, do you feel, as a neutral looking at this, do you feel that some of the anger and discontent shown towards Wenger, do you feel that's a little bit unnecessary, or do you understand where Arsenal fans are coming from with that?
I mean, what I'd say firstly, I'd probably only describe it as a circus that goes around at Arsenal at the moment, especially with the extra media coverage they get with yourselves and Arsenal Fan TV. They're always in the spotlight, everything's highlighted. In terms of Wenger, you know, I respect him as a manager, respect him as a man. He's worked wonders over the years. I mean, but the finish line's in sight for him. I think they need to freshen things up, have a new boss in charge, someone who can change things up, a new style of play, a new strategy. So I think it's time for change, but what I definitely want to say on that is I think he needs to go out in the right way. You can't sack him midway through the season. I'd even accept him seeing out his contract as an Arsenal fan, really. I know people are desperate for him to go, and that's a controversial opinion, but can't just kick a man out who's been there for, 18 years?
Yeah, do you know what I sort of feel with it is, like, if he came out now and said, I'm going at the end of this season or I'm going at the end of next season, I think that announcement in itself, I think people would have stopped the hate. I think the aggression would go because they'd think, do you know what? It's 18 months left. Let's get behind him. Let's support him 100%.
Exactly.
But the issue is, a lot of Arsenal fans, it feels, again, as an outsider looking in, it's like they know it's not going great. It's going backwards. They don't know when the end is coming, and that sort of the unknown is frustrating for them. And I think Wenger could do himself a lot of favours by just declaring when he's giving up.
I think that's a really good point you raised there. If there was a lot more clarity with the fans, you know, they'd know what's happening, and, you know, on the back of that, they could get behind the team. But, lads, let's talk about something different apart from Arsenal, because it seems to be a common topic you talk about. I know that you're a Manchester United fan, mate. As I said, I was rooting for the English teams in the Champions League. I was in the Europa League. Obviously, you've only got Arsenal left as well. But you guys lost against Sevilla.
Yes, we did.
And what we've got to remember is Leicester knocked Sevilla out last year.
Woo!
Yep,
So why has no one mentioned that? You know, I feel like what Leicester have done as a team sometimes gets overlooked.
Oh, mate, I completely and utterly agree with you. Last year, Leicester's run in the Champions League was absolutely brilliant. They did wonderfully, wonderfully well. And look, Man United going out the other night, there are tactical reasons and decisions, and not excuses. There are reasons why they went out, but that all gets summed up into a really poor, embarrassing, and unprofessional performance from Manchester United. And lots of factors were at fault. Some of Jose's tactics and selection, some of the actual individual performances from players, and I think Romelu Lukaku summed it up that some individuals hid, some individuals were scared, some individuals, and when a player comes out and says that, I think that it's. I think for me, it shows that maybe the problem's even bigger than what Lukaku mentioned, because he didn't go full throttle.
Who do you reckon he was talking about?
Well, I don't know, but it's always hard to know.
He called out his teammates.
Sorry?
Is that what he did? Called out his teammates?
Yeah, he did. He said they were hiding it. And I also like what Jose did in his press conference, because he's angered a lot of Man United fans with coming out with the sort of, well, this has happened to the club before, this isn't such a big deal. But he's done that for a reason, because it was reported by a very reliable Manchester United journalist who's always behind the scenes that it was quite clear that he was blasting his players, but he has told them, and it's been revealed by one person already, that Jose, after having a go at them himself, he just said, though, I'm going to go and take the brunt of this to the media. And a lot of people act as if Jose Mourinho has lost his dressing room, but I think what he has done is said, right, I've had a go at you. We're going to work on this internally, but I'm going to go and get the attention. He does this brilliantly, Jose, his whole career. I'm going to go and get the attention on me. He goes into the press conference and comes out of a comment that's going to make Man United fans hate him.
Yeah,
but what's happened is all the attention for the last few days, Pogba's had a bit of attention, but other than that, it's all been on Jose. His players have been able to get on with their training and hopefully refigure themselves for this really big. I mean, this game now against Brighton at the weekend is massive because lose this and it's season over. So, you know, and the same is, and that's all the quarterfinals, because if Chelsea go out, if Tottenham go out, I mean, it's kind of weird that the 3 teams left in the FA Cup are the 3 teams that got dumped out of the Champions League.
Yeah.
Only one of those 3 could win this tournament now, and 2 of those teams are going to be left for ages. Well, you know, neither 3 could win it potentially, but I think they will.
Let me just ask you a really, really quick question. You know the Mahrez saga, him wanting to leave. Now he's back in the team. He scored his goal when he came back, and he went to hug the manager. As a fan, how do you feel about Mahrez?
Well, as a fan, you know, it's pretty clear that Mahrez is a cut above the rest.
Yeah.
You know, watching him in a Leicester top week in, week out is a privilege, you know. And as long as we've got him, I'll back him and rate him and support him. In terms of the saga, I mean, no one dreams of playing for Leicester City. I've got to be a realist. You know, he was a kid growing up in Paris. Think he ever thought about playing for Leicester?
Yeah,
no. We probably always were a stepping stone. He never probably thought it'd be the success he has been. I was actually reading stats the other day. Since 2015, he's scored more goals and got more assists in the Premier League than Eden Hazard, who's widely regarded as a world-class player, one of the Premier League's top players. So, you know, you can't begrudge him for wanting to move on, wants to play in the Champions League. No, the offer we got in for him, I think, was a pretty fair offer as well, really. I just feel like, because it was so last minute, we didn't have time to find a replacement. So, you know, I'll wave him goodbye on the last day of the season and wish him the best moving forward, and always keep an eye out for him, because he's been part of the biggest achievement we've ever done as Leicester City, little Leicester City. One little point I just wanted to touch on, lads, just to widen the discussion. So, you know, we've had some shock results in the European competitions this week. And would you say that we have a bias towards the Premier League and the quality of the Premier League? Because it's often said, you know, teams in La Liga, there's only 2 teams, being Madrid and Barcelona, maybe Atletico. And, you know, we've got teams like Sevilla, who's 6th place in La Liga, who are doing bits in the Champions League. You know, we've got teams in Germany like Leipzig, who are doing really well and doing bits. So do you think we overestimate how good our league is and how good our teams are, and underestimate the quality of, you know, the teams in these other divisions who aren't winning the championship?
Well, it's interesting. I did a show about this on my channel, The Football Terrace, today, and very much spoke about and asked the question whether you think it's an ability or a mentality issue. And I think you're right. I think it's a mentality issue. There's underestimating the opponents that you're against, and I think that Man United's game specifically, I honestly believe that lots of those players just thought, if we go out there and play in 2nd and 3rd gear, that we will we'll beat them eventually. They're not good enough to beat us, and they came unstuck. You've got the naivety and the mentality that happened with Pochettino and Spurs. That was just a mental lapse for like a 10-minute period of the game, and they couldn't get back into it. Chelsea's one, I think they were defeated as soon as the draw came through against Barcelona. Like, I think what's now happened in the last 7-8 years, as soon, and we'll see what happens. It'll be interesting in the next round when Liverpool and City, who are the best attacking sides in the Premier League, no doubt.
Yeah,
if they get a big, I want them to get big teams, because it's will they have the mentality of, we're defeated before we've even begun? Are we beaten in the dressing room? And it's interesting because you always listen to the older heads, and I'm talking your sort of Lampards and your Rio Ferdinands and stuff, and they often talk about when Chelsea and United were in their pomp in the sort of mid-2000s, that most teams were defeated in the changing room, in the dressing room, in the tunnel. And that's kind of gone. And I think that's what, and all of that for me is a mentality issue, because we have the quality of personnel. That's my. What do you reckon, Adam?
No, I completely agree. I don't necessarily think it's a case of us overestimating how good English teams are, but I definitely think it's a case of underestimating the other teams.
Yeah.
I think as fans, we get stuck in like an echo chamber where where you only seem to watch your own team, and if you go outside of that, you watch the top 6 teams. If you go outside of that, then you're only watching the English Premier League matches, and you don't really get to see what other teams do or the tactical nuances of other leagues, other games, and that counts for a lot. And I think you saw it exactly in the Juventus versus Tottenham tie, because they changed it in game and they knew what they were going to go to next, and it just so happened that that's what saw them out and saw them through, and they were able to win the game. So yeah, I think it's, as Terry said, naivety. It's a lack of experience, and it's not knowing exactly what is coming from the other leagues and what they can do.
Of course, yeah. Well, I think Terry hit the nail on the head. We've got the best two attacking teams left in the competition, as things stand, Liverpool and Man City. The draw's tomorrow, so let's see who they come up against. And, you know, I'm a big advocator in cheering the English teams on, because it's a good representation of our league, so let's get behind them all, you know, regardless of what team you support, and hopefully one of them can bring the trophy home this year and put the Premier League back on the map.
Mate, really, I agree with you and completely appreciate the call, mate. Thank you very, very much.
Very good.
Yeah, nice one, lads. Take care.
Take care, mate. Thank you. Probably the longest call we've had, but some good questions there. A little bit multifaceted in terms of what we are doing. I know the show is coming close towards ending. Are we going to do one more call? We've got one more call we're going to put through, because I am dying on I need my bed. My bed's calling. It's going, Terry, come to me. It's one of them ones. So I'm going to do last call up.
Wow.
And I did it on.
That was a really good call, actually. So
it was a good call. I like it when they ring up and they give us questions as well. It's
nice.
nice.
A Leicester fan.
Yeah, exactly. Good point by the caller. Just look at the England when they play the likes of Spain, Germany and Brazil. They look bang average. Terry Flewers, what a guy. Hey. Thank you, brother. My mate Phil. You know, I mentioned Phil earlier. Phil. He commented. He just little fists up. The guy there with the black hands.
Phil Green.
Phil Green. Sup, Mr. Green? What are we talking about? What are we talking about?
I can't remember.
Oh, my son met him. Yeah, my son.
Hello, you're free to FanPark Live. He calls everyone. You're free to FanPark Live. What's your name and who do you support?
My name is Pat Ryan and I support Arsenal.
Oh, he missed it. I thought he was going to say it. Never
Obviously,
mind.
yeah.
Obviously, never mind.
What's on your mind, mate?
All I gotta say, right? I want to ask one question. Since Aubameyang is cup tied and Dortmund are out, can he play for Arsenal now?
No.
Oh man, he'd be so good.
I just feel like I've ruined your world there.
I know, man. But like, Lacazette has to come back, so, and hopefully we can do it. Like, you know.
We still got Welbeck though. Yeah. No.
Yeah, he was good tonight. He put in the header, man. He was really good, really good. He scored a penalty as well. I watched it.
So did I.
He was a legend, man. He was a legend. We'll get there.
Absolutely. Where you calling from, brother?
I'm from Cork City. I support Cork City FC as well.
Ah. My son lives in Ireland.
Oh, brilliant!
He lives in County Louth in a little place called Carlingford. I don't know if you know it.
I don't. I'm from the south. I'm from Cork.
Yeah, he's from he's from the south. But yeah, as you say, like the northern part of the south of Ireland. That'd be confusing to people that don't understand the geography of Ireland. But anyway, I mean, do you think you boys can win it? Do you honestly feel Wenger could get you guys over the line?
I honestly think Wenger has to see out the contract.
Why?
Because basically, okay, he's done his time. I know everybody is Wenger out, and I can see with troops and DT and everything that they want him out as quick as possible. But what I will say, he has to stay. He has to stay. He has to finish his contract, and that's it. And then we have to look at what manager we're getting next.
Yeah. Mate, thank you very much for that call. Final caller of the evening. Cheers, mate. Thank you. Mate. Take care, my man.
Nice one.
Nice one to you, too. Nice caller. Caller.
You definitely didn't agree, but you're tired, and I can see it. It's fine. Like, if that was anybody else in any earlier in the show, you would have definitely disagreed with the fact that he has to see out his contract. But you're tired. That's the main thing.
I'm already asleep.
That's right. Don't fall asleep.
Excuse me. Download the OneFootball app for us, please. The link is in the description below. It is free of charge. Amazing news, stats, league tables, and statistics. They're all in there. Also, the Ultimate Football Fan app. It's been relaunched. It's rebranded. My gorgeous face is on it just below Man Like Robbie from Arsenal Fan TV. But everyone's on there. All the boys are on there. The boys from the Fifth Official, Mark Goldbridge. From, if you watch it from a Man United fan point of view, probably the best independent Man United fan channel out there. So that's available. Who else is on there? We've got the Football Banter Show, 100% Chelsea, of course, Arsenal Fan TV, plus many, 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 many more. If I've forgotten you, one does apologise. Make sure you download it. It is absolutely amazing. Any final thoughts from yourself, Mr. Adam?
Well done, Arsenal, and shame, Manchester United. That's all I have to say.
And are you going to wear that shirt again, please? Are you going
to? Yeah, probably one day. Yeah, because I've bought it. Why would I not wear it?
Because it's horrible.
It's not, though, is it?
It's terrible.
I think you're jealous.
It's like carpet.
It's not.
It's like horrible.
When have you ever seen a corduroy carpet? Never.
It looks like carpet.
It doesn't.
Anyway, take care. God bless. And we'll see you all again very, very soon.